Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe, that's Stephen Howson, and today, Steve, once again, we're talking about Ruben Amorim. Because it feels like, well, firstly, we didn't do this video last week because I was away. And secondly,
rude.
Very rude. As it stands, we're only 6 games into the season, 5 games into the league season, which means that every game is a 20% sample size of the season. So they are pretty chunky. There is something to glean and something to look at from every single game, I think, especially since we haven't had a chat for over a week. I want to think about Amorim and his position, and when we get to a point where he's safe, or when we get to, and I don't mean safe like you can keep losing, but where every game isn't a, he's going to go, he's got to go, oh no, he's going to stay, he's got to stay. Because at the moment, it feels like every single game is his whole future. Like, just on where he's at right now, we saw this sort of vote of confidence, or whatever you want to call it, after the City game. Obviously, beating Chelsea then sort of backs that up on the pitch. As of right now, do you think that the future of Manchester United is in Ruben Amorim's hands, or are you still sort of very much worried for his future?
I don't know, I'll tell you this. On Thursday last week, I had the lads make a Ruben Amorim's been sacked thumbnail.
In preparation?
Yeah. Because, prepare to fail and all that.
Yeah.
Just because I thought there is a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, genuinely, I don't know. I think my thinking behind it, doing it for last week, was I thought it was a game we were capable of losing heavily.
Yeah. The City game this is now, yeah?
No, the Chelsea game.
Oh, okay.
And if we lost it heavily, I thought he could have gone.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at, Grimsby, losing the derby, losing this one at home. Like, there is going to be a moment that there is no return from.
Mm.
That could have been, I don't think losing 1-0 in weird circumstances would have been it. I think like a really heavy, completely hopeless defeat. One similar to what we saw with Liverpool under Ollie.
Yeah.
One of those October 21.
Yeah.
Was that one?
I think so.
Something like that. That 5-0 at home, where it was just like, we are miles off the pace. If it had been like that, I could have seen him going. But again, we don't really have the data to know when Wilcox, Barada, Jim Ratcliffe make that decision. We've never seen it.
No. Really.
Not with the guy that they've appointed. I don't think Ten Hag counts. So we don't know what their criteria are. Now, you would argue it's a little bit short-sighted, but since when have football owners not been?
Mm.
Football owners and boards do things seemingly on a whim all the time. So I don't think you can point to anything apart from evidence of what they've done in the past, and we don't have any. So at what point is he safe? I don't even know if there's anybody. Like, Leicester sat Ranieri after winning the league. Should have been able to relegate him if he wanted.
Yeah. I mean, I think, obviously, when I say safe, I don't mean have at it, this is your club. I mean, if we end up in League Two, we won't even bat an eyelid. But I do think there was a time under Ten Hag where we could lose 2 or 3 games in a row maybe without it being like, right, one more and he's gone. After that first season, finishing 3rd, winning a trophy, he had a bit of sort of security. Finished 8th the next season and still didn't get sacked straight away. I think with Solskjaer as well, there was a little bit of time where you thought, we'll be all right here, and then we kept losing. I would just, because you did a video last week about how you sort of lost faith in Amorim a little bit, and that wasn't you saying, I think he should be sacked, I want him out. It was talking about, the fact that you think that it's going to be really hard for him to turn this around, or that, thereabouts. Like, I just think, how hard is it for him, do you think, that all of us feel this? It's not just you, it's not, there's a lot of people with far more extreme opinions than you on this. How much does it add to him in terms of trying to manage Manchester United, knowing that every single game might be a last, or might be the one where people think that...
Can't be good, can it?
It can't be, can it? And that obviously, like I said, I'm not blaming you for that by any means, or any person or anyone.
No,
we all feel it. We
I
all
wasn't saying they wanted to go. It's literally just, my opinion is, I have lost faith.
Yeah.
Like I am not seeing. You look, has that? Because someone was like, "You did a video last week saying we're better going forward." Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Like metrically, we are. But that's not the things that are worrying me.
Yeah.
It worries me like every cross is panic stations. What worries me is you said a great line the other week. You don't have to work very hard to get from the edge of your box to the edge of ours.
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3 passes and ta-da, here we are. And like,
Yeah, it's not good, is it?
But it's real though, and that's what made me laugh about it. Because you're like, he's fucking nailed that. You know, there's a few things in our game. You know, our keeper doesn't make saves.
No.
Like, there's a few things in our game that really worry me. Now, if there'd have been like, we see something and we see 2 or 3 weeks of it, and then we see less of it and then none of it, but then something else appears. With that, that's what progression is.
Yeah. And
with that, you go, okay, now he's getting there. And I could sit here and say he's getting there, he's learning, and we're progressing. Now, on one hand, the attacking play is progressing. But what worries me is we're losing games before we get to that stage. Like, we kept more clean sheets last season. We were harder to score against last season. Factually, it wasn't great, but it was better. Whereas I'm seeing the same things since he got here. That worries me. That's what's lost my faith. Like, if you were seeing an attempt to fix things, maybe even like an attempt to control games, or an attempt to even low block, or just something that's different rather than, here we go, plan A, did it work? Mega, did it not work? Never mind, see you tomorrow. Like, I want to see the progression in the things that I'm seeing being the same throughout the time.
Did you see any of that against Chelsea? Because I think one thing I wouldn't say I liked about the City game, because it was terrible and we lost and we deserved to lose comfortably. I did feel like it was very much we're just going to go toe to toe here. Like, we're not going to sort of play for the fact that you're probably better than us. I know they're having a rough spot, but City are, better than we are at the moment. We went like, right, we're just going to go to try and win. You're going to go to try and win. Oh, you're better than us. You've won. Did you see a little bit maybe against Chelsea? I don't know if it was nerves, whether it was sort of panic or whatever. Second half, we relinquished a little bit of possession. But in that whole time, in the whole game, they only had one shot on target. So did we kind of give away a bit of control of the ball, but for the sake of control of our box or control of, chance creation kind of thing for them?
Possibly. I think what happened in the second half was, obviously we get levelled up down to 10 men.
Yeah.
Now we're both on 10 men. And I don't think we fully know how to play with 11 in this system at the moment. So playing with 10 is probably a page in the book we ain't read yet.
That's a good point.
So I don't think they've worked on the scenario of what happens if we're both down to 10 men. And not only that, I don't know how, teams do scenario training. I do scenario training probably every other week. I'll take one player off one team and I'll say, right, you've got 7 minutes, hold on to a lead. You've got 7 minutes, go win the game. Yeah. Like, you practice that sort of stuff. So when it happens in a game, it's not like, what do we do?
Never seen it before, yeah.
Yeah, well, like you've got to be able to get used to that. You've got to be able to learn can we shut someone out for 7 minutes? For 10 minutes. Like, when the referee puts that board up, you've got to be able to go, do this in training every week. 7 minutes, boys. You know what to do. Red zone, and let's get after it. I think what you've probably not done is, okay, you're both down to 10, and their manager has made the mentalist subs ever. Crack on.
Yeah. No one could have predicted the fact that Palmer, was it Neto and Estevao all came off, and then Reece James is basically playing right wing. They've got no attackers on other than Pedro.
Yeah, so who do I pick up?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Who do I pick up?
Yeah,
no idea. So I can see that that caused some confusion. And I think what probably happened is we maybe had an attempt at 2-0, you get a third, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've taken the 3 points home no matter what. The next goal is massive. They got the next goal. Shit. Right. You got 2 options now. It's stick or twist time. You stick, you drop off, you try and defend what you've got.
Yeah.
Are we any good at that? Well, at the time, they've not had a single shot on target. they have one shot on target. It was probably unsavable, but ultimately they had one shot on target and they scored it. And Burnley had two and they scored them. And that seems to have been a recurring theme this season. Is however many shots you have on target is how many goals you get,
which is great.
City aside,
yeah,
it's not good. And that would panic me as a tactic to try and implement. The other way is you go, okay, let's push and get the third. You know how naive you look if you push for the third and end up not and drawing 2-2.
Getting counter-attacked for 2-2 would just be unthinkable for Amorim, I think, wouldn't it?
And the way we get transitioned on is horrendous at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you only get to talk about what the correct decision is in hindsight. You don't get to say that it was the wrong decision to hold on because we won. Mm-hmm. And you don't get to say that going for the third and maybe winning 3 or 4-0 was the right thing to do because, well, we didn't do it. And we still won. And you might not have done it even if you'd have done it. So I think it was just one of those where you was kind of damned if you did and damned if you didn't. But you got the 3 points. But because it was against 10 men, you get no credit for it.
Which is weird because I appreciate that, it was against 10 men. But it was only against 10 men for, I think, 35, sort of 40 minutes of the game, which is a good chunk of the game. But during that time, we dominated the game. And then when it wasn't
11v11, we dominated the game.
Yeah.
We forced their red card.
Yeah, by being just overwhelming, far too physical, far too quick for them. And in the second half, you can look at certain different stats and numbers. So if you want to look at, when it was 10v10, Chelsea had 72% possession, which is horrendous. They had one shot on target. We had one shot on target. I think was it in MMA a few years ago, they brought a rule in of just because you're on top of someone, that doesn't mean you get extra points. You have to do damage from that position. Chelsea were on top of us, but they didn't do any damage from there. I mean, yes, they got the goal in the end, but if you only have one shot on target, me or you could have been in goal and they wouldn't have won. So I do think there is obviously something to sort of praise United for there. Looking ahead to the next few games,
might have had a fucking clean sheet though.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but I can't imagine that until we buy a £70 million keeper because I don't, it doesn't seem to trust Lomans particularly either so far, does it?
What's our issues at the moment? Saving shots, dealing with crosses. This daft little prick was the best goalkeeper in terms of saving shots in the fucking world, and he's in the 99.9 percentile for stopping crosses. Call me old-fashioned. Could we not give him a fucking go or something?
No.
The two things that you look at United and you go, well, crosses are a fucking nightmare, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the keeper don't save shit. If only we had someone that could... What's his metrics?
That ranked very highly in both.
The most saves on earth. It's a lot of saves.
Mm.
What's he like on crosses? Oh, the best. Yeah, no, don't pick him. Why would you pick him?
Do you think he will? Why do you think he's not picking him?
Not a fucking clue.
Yeah. You see this with managers a lot though, don't we? It's not just Amorim. Ten Hag used to do this. Certain managers won't bring a signing in straight away. They won't bring a player back from injury straight away. Do you think it's just a matter of time? Hopefully he's not seen something in training where he's like, oh God, this ain't going to work.
Well, what an absolute shit show that has been.
Yeah.
Because Bindeer is not better than Onana.
No.
He's not.
So we're in a worse position than last season in terms of keepers?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I don't know if Lamens is better, but does it hurt to try?
No. I mean, no. Because he, like we said, he had one shot on target, Chelsea. Anyone could have been in net for that game and they wouldn't have won.
Maybe it's do you know what? It's a free swing at Chelsea and City, and we'll give them a go against Brentford.
Yeah, maybe. Bit of more of a low pressure game in terms of these two games then, because you got a nice little run here where you got Chelsea, which we've already won. You've got Brentford away, which is tough but more winnable than it has been in recent seasons because of changes that they've had.
Can Mbeumo score?
And Mbeumo could do with scoring for us as well, because I feel like when it's the opposition, they'd score against us. Like Garnacho, I know he never came on. He probably would have scored if he did.
It'd have been in the fucking Stretford and the little prick and all, wouldn't it?
He would have done, yeah. Shirt off. He'd have thrown his shirt in the crowd. All sorts.
Told everyone to go sling it.
Adebayor style.
Right.
Yeah, so let's get a goal. So we've got Brentford away, which is tough but more winnable than recent seasons. And then Sunderland at home. And I know they scrap well and they're decent, but at home, a newly promoted side, you can't really ask for much more of an easy fixture than that.
Look, man, it's not... I said on a video a while ago, out of all our fixtures we've got coming up, that's the gimme. And I was like, well, it's not really a gimme. You know what I mean? It's the easiest one on paper out of all of those. When you've got fucking Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Brentford, and Brighton as well, haven't we? I think on the other side.
Yeah.
That's the fixture where you go, well, that's got to be 3 points, lads.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? Like, at some point, you have to put pressure on the team and say, lads, you need to win that game.
Yeah.
No, there's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no fucking rain, fucking windy, too drier pitch conditions. Fuck you, win the game.
Yeah.
Get the game won.
And the thing is, if you'd have beaten Arsenal and City, maybe you could have dropped points against Sunderland, but you certainly can't now because we've lost the 2 games that you wanted a draw in, and we've drawn a game against Fulham that you wanted to win in. So now, unfortunately, if there ever was any leeway, which there isn't, you have to beat Brentford, you have to beat Sunderland.
We've got 1 win. Yeah?
In the league?
No. We're on
on this little
streak.
Oh yeah, we've got the one. Yeah, the 1 win streak. Yeah,
you make it 2. That's progress because he's not won back-to-back league games yet.
Jesus Christ!
He's only been here a year. What more do you want? Like, that's progress.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And then Sunderland at home.
Yeah.
You make it 3. It starts to feel just a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
It ain't going to 4 though. I'll tell you that.
Not being Liverpool away.
I don't know what they've got going on there. They just don't fucking lose there. He's hanging. I'd love to see us go there and do them because they have been shit, and maybe us not caring, and maybe having if you got 3 out of 3,
yeah,
you could go to Anfield with less pressure on you, and you could go, lads, we got fuck all to lose here. Let's get after them, and that's the circumstances in which you can come away with a win.
Yeah,
by not being as arsed almost.
Yeah.
And then who's it after that? Brighton.
It's Brighton at home, then Forest away, then Tottenham away, which that's,
Let's just get giddy for 5 seconds.
I know you play everyone
Let's just
twice.
get giddy for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
If you did go to Anfield and you did get a win there, 1,
yeah,
everything would be right in the world if you did that, for starters.
We've not done that since 2015.
All right, okay. So it's 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? Your mate could even start thinking about getting his haircut now.
That's 4 in a row. And then it's Brighton at home for the haircut.
Do you know what? We fucking draw it. 1,000,000%. You go to Anfield for 4 in a row, Brighton at home, it's fucking 0-0. And he's like...
He's oiling...
No!
Oiling his clippers and everything.
He's in the chair. He's in the chair waiting for full time. And then... Boom.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think a lot of people looked at this from the start of the season. There's a run from sort of post... So it's Forest away, Tottenham away after the Brighton game, which are both very losable, tough games.
They're fucking winnable as well.
They're also very winnable, of course. Yeah, I'm not acting like, you should be able to beat Nottingham Forest occasionally. But then it's Everton at home, Palace away, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Bournemouth at home, Villa away, taking you up until Christmas. And they're all winnable games. And losable games.
Book the haircut, mate.
Yeah.
We're doing it, mate. We're getting the haircut before Christmas. We're doing it.
Book it in. Just see how the barber's getting on 21st of December. Because we've been good against Villa, although they'll have sorted their act out.
Can he go to a barber's, or does he have to go to like a vet's the way it is?
I think he's getting it done. He's getting it cut for charity.
Is it?
So if someone has to.
Can we not do it on air?
There's loads of people already asked him. I think he wants someone at the club to sort it. That's what I'd want. You want a Burmo cutting the bad boys off, don't you? After 5 in a row.
Whoever scores the winner in a 5th.
Yeah, perfect.
Who do you reckon's the best hairdresser out of the team? Because you get a group of lads. There's always one lad who can kind of like randomly
cut hair. Yeah.
that is the thing, isn't it? I don't know why that's the thing.
It is. Yeah. Oh, he just does our hair for us. Oh, right.
What, cool. Is he a barber? No. He's a bricky.
Yeah.
What?
Who would it be? It's got to be none of the goalkeepers. No chance. They're not good enough with their hands. It can't be a keeper. It could be in Burmo, I could imagine Burmo doing that. Because I reckon he might do his own beard. And it's not like that much to do with it, but he's keeping it crisp. I think it might be him. I'm going with Brian Burmo. Who do you think? Dallo?
No. No, who am I thinking here?
Cunha wouldn't do that. He wouldn't spend that much time learning a craft that helps other people. Do you know what I mean? Because he's the one getting the nice haircut. He's the maverick. He's not.
I think it's one of the African lads who's just like mega with braids and shit like that, and good with the clippers too. And I'm thinking, but they're all dead young. And in my head, I'm thinking it's an older guy that's picked that up over the years. And then I'm thinking some Harry Maguire, but I'm like, Harry Maguire's not touching braids.
No.
And then I'm thinking Harry Maguire knows short back and sides, and anything else is fucking, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe in Burma, though. He's the only one that ticks all those boxes.
What's he having? Does he know what haircut he's having?
No, I think he's got to go all off.
Just to the wood.
Yeah, right back down to zilch. Skinning it.
I would, if I'd done that, I mean, I'd done it when, I done it post-lockdown, and I did it probably about 15 years ago, and I did an MMA fight. I grew my hair dead long, and then just fucking went mohawk for a bit.
Play with it a little bit. He's got all the options on the way back down.
I mean, he does.
He should
So
use a
many
few of them.
options.
Yeah, he should. I mean, we're getting carried away. We've won one game. We're all worried about the manager getting sacked. Now we're talking about 5 in a row.
Let me, because honestly, it's so depressing just talking about what if we lose 5 in a row. Why don't you fuck off? Let me talk. Let me get giddy. Let me think about my guy getting an haircut and all of the things that are going to be lovely. Lilt will taste different. We win 5 in a row.
Taste how it used to taste.
Yeah.
Before it became like Fanta Tropical or whatever it is now. It's not even Lilt anymore.
The game done gone, mate.
Shame, innit?
That needs to fuck off. And so does the attaching your lids to everything as well. Fuck the turtles.
And paper straws. When you're thinking of all the substances in the world to make a straw from, paper should have been right near the bottom, shouldn't it? I get plastic goes up a turtle's nose or whatever, but paper, it's literally what you make to absorb.
Do you know there's like
water?
Fucking 3 countries on earth that are doing that, and every other one's going, you know what?
Yeah. And there's 6 billion people who are just making them out of the thickest plastic you can imagine. You can stand on them and they don't bend. Unbelievable. Right, thank you very much for joining us at home. This has been whatever this has been. I think we've got a name for it, and this was one of the maddest ones we've done, but turtles and that. See you in a bit.